Here's a segment from a recent Gun Talk radio episode. You can listen to all the Gun Talk radio podcasts however you tune in, or check out guntalk.com for more.
And we are back. We are live today from Houston, Texas, from the floor of the NRA's annual meetings here, having fun. We've got a bunch of our buds coming in here. And yes, there are a lot of new guns here, a lot of things going on. It is also, we should say this is Memorial Day. We want to take note of that as well. And kind of along those lines, we got Rob Latham here from Springfield Armory. You guys, a few weeks ago, came up with a program that, not exactly, Memorial Day, but it's kind of in the vein of military veterans, at least, and first responders. You might just talk about that.
Well, it's something we've been working on for a long time, and in the past, we always address, giving the opportunity for first responders, law enforcement, military, and the extension through that to be able to purchase firearms direct. Okay. But it wasn't simple enough. You might have to fill out a form, and you might have to send it through and go through a dealer. So we just kind of decided it was time to take that to the next step, and so we're creating a network of dealers that fundamentally the first responder goes into that dealer, and he just needs his credentials, his identification stuff, and he can go straight there. There's no forms to fill out. The guns are there. They haven't possessed. Well, hopefully the guns are there. Supply is what it is, but
supply's getting a lot better.
And they get a pretty deep discount too.
It's a serious discount. It's worth doing.
Yeah.
It's more than just cops. It's like cops and firemen and EMS and military and some other folks. It's a lot.
Anybody that you could look. If you were having a problem with something, who would you call?
Right.
That's the person.
Okay.
And it's far beyond just a law.
And all the details are on the website, Springfield Armory, springfield-armory.com. There you go.
Find everything about it. Just go look under their Firstline, and you can see the models that are available, and find a dealer.
You got any guns?
Do we have some guns? You mean me personally?
No, I know you do.
I know you and I have lots of guns.
We're hoarding. Okay, well, should we tell him what I just did right as we're going on the air? Literally as we're going on the air, I went, I just want a gun broker gun.
So while we're sitting here talking.
Something I don't need.
No, you do need. That's why you bought it. So we're sitting here and we're talking with Chris a minute ago, and then he's like, woohoo! Like, whoa, what happened here? Something got exciting, and it wasn't Chris. So I just got a
300 Win
Colt.
mag.
It was a Colt. It was an ultralight gun.
Colt light rifle.
Right.
It was like they owned it for a little while. Melvin Forbes sold it to him, then he ended up buying it back. And it's like, okay, this is stupid. I don't need this.
So
but
you
my
bought
God.
a right-handed 300 mag, and you were a left-hand.
You noticed that.
But I get it.
The idiocy of buying guns never ends.
Well, it was a great deal. How can you say no?
That's right. It's a good deal. There you go.
Say no.
We'll see.
But as far as firearms for Springfield, oh my God, we have so much happening, so much coming out, especially for the people at the show,
right?
Because we haven't done this for 3 years.
That's right.
So it's been pretty cool to be able to get back out into the wild again, and I forgot how much I really missed it.
So pick a couple of guns that you want to tell people about.
Well, probably my favorite of what we released recently is the Hellcat Pro. So the Hellcat is our micro, smallest 9mm double stack magazine gun. And the great thing about little tiny guns is they're little, easy to carry. The bad thing about them is they're generally harder to hold. And that can be more challenging to shoot than a larger gun.
And we've talked about that.
Yeah, everybody knows that. So we took the Hellcat platform because we thought it was worthy of an alteration into maybe even into like an open carry type setup. And add a little more grip length. So all fingers are on it, because in the regular Hellcat, your pinky finger is kind of dangling.
Okay, hanging out in the wind, yeah.
Well, the biggest, the most popular accessory we sold was the extended magazine.
Of course, that's what you're going to do.
So because that gets your other finger on. So like, hey, the geniuses that we are said, well, what if we just made the frame that long to start with? Bingo. So we did that.
Did you guys take a vote on that?
Well, there were two lengths that we were working on, 15 or 13.
Oh, okay.
And I have to admit, I went with 13, which I thought was the minimum size that was long enough. And I lost out on that one to the 15 rounders.
So it's 15 round.
And they were right.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Now that it's done, this sizing, I like it better. It's got a little bit longer barrel. It's a 3.7-inch barrel.
Okay, so you basically grew the Hellcat.
Yeah, made the little gun bigger. And so it puts it into... It's still thin. It's still an inch wide.
It's more like a compact and not a micro compact.
That's correct. It is. It truly is a compact, and it's you get the high capacity of a full-size gun. You get the thinness of the of the Hellcat platform, the trigger action, low line of bore, and they're all OSP. They're all acceptable.
Oh, yeah?
Every version.
They can all take the optics.
You can get it with or without. And
why would you?
Yeah, well.
Duh.
Yeah, what's one of those?
Old guys with eyesight here. We're looking at each other going,
like, are you even over there?
Red dots? Come on, give me some, man.
But probably one of the coolest things for a lot of people is the actual rail is now long enough to take a full-size light, as opposed to some of the compact lights.
Right, yep.
And so now...
How's the trigger?
It's the third version of the trigger.
Okay.
Because we never sit back.
No, you're always tinkering.
Oh, yeah, so they changed the shape a little bit. I think someone didn't like a square corner here, so they said, hey, we're going to go ahead and make a third trigger. Very clean trigger. It's not light, because I don't think that gun needs to have a light trigger.
That's not a target gun.
It's not
that's a defensive gun. And a home defense gun or a carry gun.
Right, exactly. So if you're going to carry it on you, especially if you're part of the AIWB crowd,
right.
I want that trigger to be as heavy as it needs to be.
We want an anti-junk trigger.
That's correct.
How'd I do with that?
I always tell people, I like the way you said it. The way I tell people is, listen, if you're going to have an accident, don't do it with an AIWB. Because, one, I don't want to treat you.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it.
I don't even want to know. I don't want anybody to have an accident.
There's that. Okay, pick another gun before we have to go.
Well, of everything that came out, the latest version of... Well, let's talk about the Hellion rifle, because that's going to be something really different. So we came up with a bullpup.
Right.
We call it the Hellion, and it's based on the Croatian VHS-2. The reason nobody knows what that is because there aren't any in the United States. I mean, it doesn't exist.
Military gun.
Correct. It's the Croatian military's rifle. And we went through the hoops it took and the changes it took to import it. And now you have something that is very, very unique. And if you love bullpup rifles, you're going to love this thing.
Huh.
If you don't like them, you'll never like any bullpup.
Well, yeah.
But if you're looking for compact with a 16-inch barrel and the stock collapsed, I mean, it's as short as is basically legal, right? It's like an AR with a folder.
I've heard people say it's like the ultimate truck gun.
It's the best truck gun.
You got it. It's a little small thing, but when you pop the stock out, you actually have a real rifle.
Yeah, and for you, it's ambidextrity. Ambidextrity. Ambidextrity.
Yeah, I'm semi-dexterous.
So it's good lefty-righty. It has a long rail to put any optics you want on any position. It has integral fold-down iron sights for backup, and it's just the most durable, reliable thing I've ever seen.
Cool. Call the Hellion?
The Hellion, yeah.
Okay, available now?
Yep. Get them now. At your dealer today.
How's gun supply these days?
Well, on some products, we're a little behind. The SA-35 has been so popular.
Oh, yeah, everybody loves that.
Man, that's one we said, who wants a steel-framed 9mm
Browning high power from 1930, whatever.
1935.
Yeah.
Well, turns out thousands of people want them. And we missed the ball on that one.
Okay.
Our capability for production was never going to keep up with what the demand was. But we are making them, and we are sending them out. So if you're one of those people on the list waiting for them, I'd recommend you get on it if you're not.
Yeah,
and order it.
Get your order in.
They're coming in, and they're every bit as cool as you think they are.
Very good.
Yep.
Rob, thank you so much for being here.
It's always a pleasure, Tom.
Tell
Thank
Kippy
you.
hello. You're my favorite, Latham.
Yeah, everybody's favorite Latham, actually, so I understand.
We're going to get her on talking about teaching women to shoot.
Oh, we need to. She'd love that.
She's really good at that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Springfield-armory.com.
Correct.
All right.